Hey guys, it's Vulcan Wolverine. It's August 30th. It's Tuesday. Kyle, or aka Vulcan Wolverine, and I'm driving around. I've been out a couple of times today, and I just wanted to make a little video. I got on some conference calls last night, Mike's, and then Derek's, and there's a lot of good news. You know, Tyrone was speaking, and he's going to have an event, I think this week, activism at the Jimmy Kimmel show. So he's going to go out there. So hopefully Jimmy Kimmel will, you know, acknowledge humanity warriors out there and what they're doing. There's a lot of good news, and people are, you know, talking about defense and, you know, building awareness. But I did want to get some vehicular stalking today. You know, I kind of, I don't know, it's around lunchtime, so I let a lot of things go, you know, and I won't say they're gang stalking or not, but, you know, I drive out, and I just drove out again, and there were two one-light cars right facing that street that I come down, you know, getting gas at the racetrack. Two one-light cars, you know, so they're doing it big on me. They're really, right now, they're shooting you know, directed energy beam into my head, and it's causing a migraine. And they've been doing that a lot lately. And it's just like all the time with the V2K and remote neural monitoring, just all the time torture. And it's these people's job now. It's their livelihood. It's their way of life. It's just insane. And then I see people vehicularly stalking. They don't know what they're doing. It's just a real travesty. It's really a sorry state. And then, you know, we're victimized, and we're victimized even further because we're not even not believed. You know, people think that we're dangerous and we're holding on to our delusions. I'd like to say something there that Tyrone last night. You know, he said it, and I think it without saying it, without thinking it in words, and he put it into words very well. You know, he said that, you know, people with mental illnesses do not organize to tell people that they're not crazy. They take their medication, you know. There's a one-light white truck right there. It's a very smart thing that he said, and I think that we've really got to use that. You know, people with mental illnesses do not organize to tell society. They don't get into groups to tell society that they're not crazy and to prove what they're experiencing is real. You know, people with mental illness usually, you know, take their medications, and, you know, they try and fight it that way. While we can't, because what's happening to us is really happening to us. There's just so much money and corruption behind it that, you know, people actually join without knowing what they're joining instead of helping us. And there are a lot of people, I think, that are helping us, and awareness is building, and I think a lot of people are kind of gathering their strength to wipe this out, and we will. I mean, because more and more people are becoming aware. But Tyrone I love that guy. You know, he takes the stance of not being a victim. You know, he calls himself an author and an activist, and I like that stance. And instead of you know, saying all the bad things that happen to us, we get active. We become active instead of reactive, and that's what he's doing. You know, he's really getting out there. He gets out on the street. He's giving out free T-shirts, and pamphlets about targeting, about target individuals. It's on, gosh, what's his website? It is, I think, stopgangstalking.com. Stopgangstalking.com. Please, somebody correct me if I'm not getting that right. But he will send you a free T-shirt if you'll make a 15-minute video, or just a video wearing the shirt. There's a one-light black SUV. I'm gonna try. I'm not sure if that's the website. I'll put it in my comments if that's the wrong one. I think it's stopgangstalking.com, or no, stopgangstalking.org. So please look that up. Gosh, I just don't know if that's the right website. Please, somebody correct me if I'm wrong, and I'll put it in my comments. I'll look it up. But if you can get to his website, Tyrone Dude's website, he'll send you a shirt, about target individuals, and you can make a video. That's all he asks. He's not asking for a bunch of money. He's asking for people, bodies to get out on the street. I really want to do this. I really want to get out and start handing out pamphlets, and I'm gonna try and get a shirt, and I'll make a YouTube video with the shirt on and let y'all know where to get them, because I really want to help him out. He's in California, and I think maybe it's Thursday that he's gonna go to the Jimmy Kimmel show. I'm not quite sure. It's like I have a hard time remembering a lot of the details of things, because I was on basically 3 conference calls last night. And what I do is I just, I'm not participating the entire time. I'll have it on in the background. It really helps to drown out the V2K. So I'm listening to people, talking about, our fight against targeting. For the first call was like, totally participating in it, and then, listening to the second call, just had it on in the background, and there was an after call. So there's support for target individuals with these talk shoe calls. So please, there's a website to get those conference calls, and somebody help me out. Somebody help me out with these websites, because I'm not prepared. I'm just going to Walmart right now, and I'm not really prepared to give out the information, which I've got to really work on. But I kind of want to just let y'all know what's going on in general, and I'll try and put it in the comments, what websites to go to. We really need to help Tyrone out, because he is a warrior. He's a warrior in this, and he really wants to see it stopped. He wants to put everything he's got behind, stopping this stuff. And, I was on Mike's call and Derek's call. These moderators are working really hard, to put an end to this and to find the right avenues, to advocate for target individuals. These conference calls are really great. They give you a lot of hope, because you hear about big things going on. And, PAX, Derek's organization, I don't know exactly what the acronym means. Like, at the moment, it's against covert torture and surveillance, PAX. But it adds a lot of legitimacy, and FFCHS is still there, but organizations are trying to come out. We've got to support, Derek with his organization. I'm going to try and volunteer. I'm trying to kind of hang on. My mom really needs me helping the charity. So, I'm trying to do that too. Trying to just do as much work as I can, for as long as she needs me to, because they're moving, and just a lot of stuff that my family's going through while this stuff is going on, which is horrible, because, like, in reality, this, like, I wouldn't choose to fight this. Like, I wouldn't choose this fight. I need to help my family. They're moving. My dad's, he needs a place to stay. But, the way that it looks to the world, because we're being discredited so hard, is that, I'm a selfish, crazy person, talking about how people are stalking me and I'm being hit with invisible beams. I realize that it's part of the, and I don't want to say challenge, because I don't want to downgrade what we go through. It's part of the horror of this that we have to stop, because it's so retarded and vicious and dangerous at the same time. I looked at the paper this morning, my local paper, and it had a little blurb about the Baton Rouge shooter. The article was a total, it totally went off. It did not mention anything about him being a targeted individual. Even backed off and said that, psychiatrists are now saying that he didn't even have post-traumatic stress disorder because he didn't see fighting in the war when he was fighting. Like, it was just the article was so horrible and such propaganda. It stood out to me, and I was just kind of looking at it as I walked out. I got breakfast in a little gas station. and it's a little article, a follow-up. But what I realized from looking at that article is that they're really trying to protect this program, this target individual program. You know, that Cosmo's the name I remember him by. It's Gavin Long. You know, this program turned him into a monster, and he went out and he killed innocent people. Now, what smart people in a smart society would do is, after that happens, you find out what really happened, like what was really going on with him, what made him do that, so it doesn't happen again. What we're doing as a society, protecting this program and protecting what was really going on, is that he was a target individual. You know, they were experimenting with directed energy weapons on him. To deny that, it allows something like that to happen again. Our society is completely backwards and actually doing things to destroy itself, and we're all kind of participating. And I'm not saying we're participating, like all of us target individuals. You know, we're trying hard, and there are a lot of good people in society really trying to figure things out. But on a large scale, it's like people don't understand what's going on, and they're participating in their own destruction. It was just a horrible article. It was even pulling off him even having post-traumatic stress disorder. I don't even know what they were trying to do, but I know that even after a big event like that, they're going to still put out little articles to kind of condition people's minds, to pull them away from the truth, to keep pulling them a little bit away from the truth and protecting, you know, these huge corrupt programs. Yes, I'm going to go to Walmart right now. I need to get some small things. I might get let's see, I'm in 11 minutes. I mean, that's basically what I wanted to talk about. There's a lot of really smart people on these conference calls. You know, please jump on them and just, you know, even if everything is not, you're not, you know, just, if you're not just totally focused on the cause, at least maybe just have them playing in the background. I'll just tell you all that's what I do, because I get a lot of V2K, and so, you know, I'll be playing video games, or, you know, just trying to think of things that I can do to have that playing in the background, even if I'm not like totally focused on the call, is a really good thing, and it really helps out a lot, because I feel connected to a target individual community instead of my attackers, my torturers. But it really does help me out. I mean, it's pretty tough for me now. I'm trying to place my plates, my defenses up, you know, and it's kind of helping. But they tag me in the head, and they just keep it there. It's like a steady stream. It's like a steady stream on my head. And, you know, also a friend yesterday sent me something on Lily Waves. The remote neural monitoring, you know, the remote neural monitoring, the synthetic telepathy, the visuals, you know, with my defenses, I really affect everything. V2K, you know, the ELF beams, you know, EHF, the high-pitched sound. The remote neural monitoring is very, very hard to affect with any of the defenses. I mean, I think the best thing is to protect your head, or breathe very deeply, because we have to realize, and I mean, it's just overwhelming. Just overwhelming. And Derek said it last night on the call. He's like, you know, during this time, it's like target individuals are getting it even worse than we have been getting it in previous months. Like about 6 months ago, it's gotten even worse and ramped up on a lot of us. I don't understand that. I guess they really want to cover it up, and when they really want to cover up something, you know, they just viciously, you know, just try and rape it in, you know, rape people and rape their families and just really shut them up with violence. It's really horrible. They're doing a number on me. I wake up every morning, they've hit my spine and the side of my head, and it's really damaging, you know, to my body. You know, it's not, you know, I'll kind of get off of that. The deal is, though, you've got to realize, you know, people were talking